Hello out to all you wonderful people. This is Andre, the Game Idea Guy. Thank you once again for lending me your time and your ear, listening into another Gamers Thoughts discussion. And this one is we're talking about HungryBox again. Not necessarily specifically about him, but an event that he was running called Streetbox, which was a tournament for Street Fighter 6. And this plays back into the very last discussion I had that involved him, and I was talking about branding and issues, and he's wondering why Nintendo won't, support the Smash Bros. Fighting community. I think that this last event kind of proved exactly why they don't, because it's a risk that they can't take. So, for their Street Fighter 6 tournament, a couple of players were playing, and they, in place of pronouns, they put up Negro and Nigga for both competitors that were participating in this one match. And it was on screen for a minute and about 39 seconds. And they were doing custom I swear that they were using a custom layout, which is what happened. They blame it on a technical issue. Now, it could have been a technical issue, but it's weird that it specifically does that when we know for a fact at least one of the participants was an African American male. So whoever was running it had to have already had that set up, one way or the other. And it got up on screen. The only thing that could be a technical glitch on this is if it was an accidental placement up there, but it had to have already been created by someone to be put up there. And people during the stream of the tournament were commenting on that being there, making jokes about it, I believe. I actually think HungryBox himself was also involved in it. In the chatter about it. I'm not saying it was done on purpose. I'm just saying that the resource had to have already been created. Whether or not it was pulled from another tournament setup or whatever, it had to have already been created. So one, HungryBox himself, even though he's the one running the tournament, was not monitoring what was going on behind the scenes, which he's supposed to be doing if he's the one running the tournament. That responsibility falls on him. Now he's doing everything he can to pass the buck, but the blame falls on him because the tournament was his. He is the representative. He's who everybody's going to go to and talk to. So that type of thing, he should have had backstage access to be able to see it before it went up and say, oh hey, no, we can't put that up there. Because if you think that that's going to fly with sponsors, it's not. It's not going to fly with sponsors at all. Not in the least. And then he would wonder why Nintendo won't give their money to tournaments for you guys, for Smash. This is a perfect example of it. And not even 2 weeks after I talk about this. Not even 2 weeks after I talk about it and say, hey, this is a branding issue. Especially with all the stuff that's going on around you guys. All the stuff that's going on around the Smash community. It's a branding issue. You have people that lack the self-awareness to understand that, you can't do certain things if you're trying to get sponsorships. You can't do certain things if you're trying to get branding deals. You cannot have certain things in the media and expect that you are going to get everything that you want. It's just not going to happen. There are consequences to your actions. Intentional and unintentional. You can't pass the buck on this one because you are the one that set up the tournament. You are the one that opened the tournament. You are the one that made it available. Do you think Capcom would allow you would sponsor a tournament for you under these circumstances? Or do you think they would do the same thing Nintendo did and say, no, we're not going to help you guys out? And potentially just start running their own stuff, which Capcom already does. But they're not going to give you any sort of branding if this type of stuff keeps happening. Firstly, you didn't even come out and get ahead of it and just take responsibility for it. No, you just went in, oh, I would never do. You did not take responsibility for it, even though you were the one running it. You can't do that. You can't put your name on something and say, this is mine. And then when something happens, oh, it's everybody else's fault. You can't do that. You put yourself up in front, you take the responsibility for it. That's how it works. That's exactly how it works. I don't know why you believe that you can just get away with all this crap that you've been potentially doing, especially now I know about the thing that you did in 2009. Even though it was a small thing, it was still a thing, and it could definitely cause tensions if somebody took that out of context repeatedly. So you have to figure out what is wrong with you guys over there. And then, like in the video that I saw that was talking about it, it was a technical channel. If I can find the link, I'll post it. I'm not really into the FGC stuff, so I don't know all the names of all the competitors and all the people involved. You'll find that there. My thing is, when you come up on something like this, you have to be aware of what needs to be done. You guys want to make a business out of this, you need to do it the right way. Hell, there was a comment even on that video where it said anytime people from the Smash community try to branch out into other games, there's always a problem. It's not just when they try to branch out into other games. It is a pervasive problem, as I said before. If they make these types of mistakes and these types of choices outside of where they are comfortable, what do you think the stuff looks like where they are comfortable? Because when you're in an arena you're comfortable in, you slack, with certain exceptions. And I will state it again, this is the type of stuff that keeps Nintendo from sponsoring you guys. This is the type of stuff that keeps Nintendo well away from the fence, not even willing to cross into your yard. Because if we're honest, you need them, they don't need you. Their product's sold without your existence. However, you have nothing if they don't create their product. So let's keep it a buck there. Because multiple other games have come and tried to get into that arena and have failed. They have come and tried to get into that arena and have failed over and over and over again because they don't have the strength of IP like Nintendo does. It's just a factual statement. They could if they were willing to put in the same type of effort and the same type of cultivating that Nintendo does for the IPs. But until that happens, it's never going to be the same. So whether you guys like it or not, currently at the moment, you need Nintendo. They don't need you. So you're going to have to curtail something to the way they would want it. That's the only way this is going to work out. And if you attempted to do this with Street Fighter, you guys try to do this with King of Fighters, and any of these same issues crop up, you're going to have the same thing happen again. The only way you may get away with it is if there are indie companies, and even then I don't think they would allow it. But they can't sponsor anything, at least most of them, because they don't have the money. So, again, this is an issue of how things look. If Nintendo would have put their name on a Smash Brothers tournament for you guys, put their money into it, build the pot for it, and try to take the responsibility over it, all of this crap is the stuff they have to deal with. They have to deal with all this stuff. Do you think that a Nintendo sponsored Smash tournament would have that pop up on the screen? Do you think a Capcom endorsed Street Fighter tournament is going to have that pop up on the screen? No, it's not. Because they'll be doing checks and balances, making sure as much stuff as they can is in good order. Now, they can't control the quality of the matches, unfortunately. But they can definitely quality control all the behind the scenes stuff, which is what you were supposed to be doing. Which is what HungryBox was supposed to be doing before he shifted the blame off. I'm sorry, I just can't. I can't let that one go. As soon as I found out about it, I was like, damn, I want to talk about this, because not even a couple weeks ago, I had just said that this is a branding issue with them. They can't work with you with all the stuff that surrounds you that has gone wrong. And this is another example to throw onto the fire. Again, as far as my opinion is concerned, all of the top tiers and the elites in Smash and the tournament scene are going to have to step down because there's too much controversy following all of you. You may not like it, but that's the truth of the situation. If you really want what's best for the community and for it to grow, then you guys need to step down. If you don't step down, then you're just being selfish and you want it for yourself. And I'm not blaming you for wanting money and wanting to be endorsed and everything, but you have too much crap following you at the moment. There's no way. You would need to take a step back, step away from the community for a little while. Let it have some growth and sustainability on its own without you. Then potentially come back. If you can't do that, you can't see yourself doing that, it's never going to happen. Or at least it's not going to happen until you actually retire from the scene. I could have told you that. And again, I'm not doing all the intermittent work between things. I'm just looking at it and observing what's going on. Maybe I have a little bit more insight than the general person out there because I'm a gamer and I do enjoy fighting games. But I'm not so deep into it that I have to know every little intricacy in order to be able to tell you, well, these are the problems that you got. Because if I knew all the intricacies, I'd probably find more shit to worry about. Then Nintendo would be like, nah, we're good. Nah, we good. We don't need, no, we are not going to be doing anything to help that. Nope. Because I know I for damn sure wouldn't just on the cursory glance of the stuff I already know about. The surface layer stuff, I wouldn't do shit for you guys. I don't want to know how bad it gets the deeper you go. If your surface layer is this bad, the depths are horrible. So, yeah, people like HungryBox that want all of the fame and glory but none of the responsibility, they're holding back the community on you guys. For the Smash community, for the tournament scene, people like HungryBox are holding you guys back whether they want to realize it or not. They say Nintendo is. Nintendo can't exactly hold you back when they created the product that you utilize. So, know who your enemy is. I mean, that's kind of what the situation you guys are stuck in anyway. You need to know who your enemy is. And it's not the company. But yeah, Nintendo's unfair about some things. But they're not the reason you guys are in the predicament that you're in. It's your top tiers up there that don't want to release the hold on the community and let it actually find growth and let it actually become something. And until you guys figure that out, Smash community is going to be in the same state, perpetual. But that's it for me. If anybody agrees or disagrees, please go ahead, sound off, and we can have a dialogue about it. Because I've already stated my piece. Otherwise, thank you guys very much for listening in. Keep your eyes and ears out for more stuff from me. And until the next time, please enjoy your games. Peace out, everybody. Thank you once again. This is Andre, the Game Idea Guy, and if you would like to support my efforts in creating content, please look up my book that is currently on Amazon for purchase. That is The Game Idea Guy Presents Gaming Word Search Volume 1. I am currently working on Volume 2, and it would be highly appreciated. That way you could get something for you supporting me. Again, thank you very much. Peace out.